stimulate excessive insulin release from the pancreas. They give you a high of energy, but when you hit a low, your adrenal glands produce more adrenaline and cortisol, resulting in you waking up.
And being stressed, right?
Yeah. Also, careful with big meals, you know, like a huge steak. He talks about how lions have to sleep 20 hours a day to digest all that food. Obviously, they have different digestive systems than we do, but they're harder to digest. It's good to exercise, but not 3 hours before you go to sleep, because that wakes you up and you may end up drinking a lot of water and go to the bathroom a bunch of times. Careful with a bad mattress or pillow. Invest in a good mattress. We
finally did that
last year, finally, and it's been good.
The other thing is keeping your room dark enough. For years, Cesar's like, can we get the room darkening curtains? Because he would sleep in hotels for his job. He's like, I sleep so much better. And I just didn't know what curtains to get. And I finally chose some this past year. And it does make a difference to have the room be darker.
Get in the right temperature too. If you're too hot, that's a problem. Get rid of noises. If you have to use earplugs, if you can use them. Just different factors you have to evaluate. Having babies, hot flashes for women, or menstrual cramps.
I never got menstrual cramps, but hot flashes, that's been it's been over the last few years. I'm ready to be done with those.
So anyway, okay, so we live in a generation that is addicted to stimulants, to Red Bull. And if your body's telling you that you're tired, maybe you should listen and just take a nap. Yeah.
Well, I think it's our culture, it's our habits that we create, right? That put a quick fix. A quick fix is the Red Bull they sell at the convenience store, or whatever other monster drink, or just another cup of coffee. And so, or go run to Starbucks, you know, we're all tired in the afternoon. I think it's habits that we create rather than working on creating, you know, habits to get a good night's sleep. What could you cut out? And some people think, well, I can't get my work done if I go to bed. But really, we're probably wasting time somewhere, and we could be more productive if we created a habit of going to bed earlier.
Yeah, lack of adequate sleep will shorten your life about 8 to 10 years, which means you can beat the clock now, but the clock will beat you later.
Wow.
Yeah, what's it like if you don't charge your phone all night, right? You run out of battery in the middle of the day. Same thing. So infants need about 14 hours a day, a 5-year-old 12 hours a day, and most people find that 8 hours is about perfect, 7 to 9.
Yeah, I just want to mention, you know I always had my kids take naps, and so many people I would say, yeah, but my child won't sleep, or my child won't go to bed till midnight, and so I just really think, I mean, I'm not a doctor. There could be medical things going on, but a lot of times it's that we don't create those habits for our kids. It's not when they say they want to go to bed. It's when we say they need to go to bed. And if you realize, it helps to know that medically, what is it, a 5-year-old, how much sleep?
12 hours.
12 hours of sleep, you know? So, I mean, that's good news, moms. I mean, you can have a good night's sleep if you get them to bed early, you know? And you can know that they need a nap. Your little ones should be napping every day, and that gives you a break too.
Here's a quick quiz to let you know if you're sleeping enough. Number 1, read these, honey.
Okay. Do you need an alarm clock to wake up in the morning? Do you get drowsy while driving short distances, or while waiting at traffic lights? Oh, that's terrible. I remember telling the boys, I'm just going to close my eyes. Tell me when the lights green. That's not good. Okay. Do you run out of steam in the middle of the day? Are you irritable and agitated? Ask your spouse to answer. Am I irritable?
Sometimes.
Sometimes you are too.
So I take a nap. Thank you.
Yeah, he is good about taking naps. Are you a light sleeper and wake up easily at every noise? Well, I am.
Oh, you know that?
No, one more. Are you unable to get persistent worries out of your mind?
Mm. So, sorry, what am I wrong with? So that's a good quiz. Just think about it. Think about this. The doctor talks about here how most people experience 5 to 6 sleep cycles during a normal night. Each cycle lasts 60 to 90 minutes and has 2 parts. The first part is broken down into 4 stages. So picture if you have, like this is a circle. The first half of it is divided in 4. In the cycle 3 and 4, the part 3 and 4 of that half a cycle is the deepest, most restorative sleep. Then the other half is the REM, the rapid eye movement. Have you ever seen somebody with their eyes closed, sleeping, and their eyes are moving? They're dreaming. Mm-hmm. Your body's actually reframing. And
I remember reading about that with putting kids and babies down to sleep. That I think it was after 45 minutes. A lot of times they'll kind of wake up, but if you just leave them a minute, they're probably just going to make some noises, maybe cry a tiny bit, but then they go right back to sleep. But if you immediately get them up, then really they're missing half their nap.
Here's the powerful thing. The first half in this little quarter right here is where you restore the most. And then the second half, it's when you're like dreaming a lot and trying to organize. Your brain is really working to make sense of things, deal with things that are happening to you, find meaning. Dreams are actually a revealing of things that are unresolved in your life. But the first half right here, there's more in the first half. In the first half, there's more, but in the next cycle, this part goes smaller and the REM goes bigger. And then the next cycle, smaller, and this one goes bigger. And then at the end, you have less restorative sleep later on. So it's important. He talks about the more sleep you get before midnight, it's actually better because it's closer to your clock, to your natural clock, right?
So it's not good, our teenagers think, it's okay, I'm going to sleep in tomorrow. They're really not getting the best sleep. It's a little harder. So, they're going to have to learn that.
Yeah.
But we can make decisions for ourselves.
So here's some quick tips on getting ready for bedtime. Don't eat too close, too large of a meal before going to sleep. Watch your caffeine intake. I need to watch it even with kombucha, which I'm drinking right now.
I think it's good to drink hot tea, but an herbal tea, chamomile tea. They sell sweet dreams tea. It's like chamomile and I don't know what else in it. But that can be really relaxing.
When the sun goes down, start dimming your lights more and more. Don't have super bright lights. I know you like to do that to take off your makeup at the end of the day, right?
I know, he's like,
at night, I'm like,
why are you turning the light on? I'm like, because I'm going to wash my face.
Yes.
He wants to do it in the dark.
Calm down your thoughts. Have a list. I like this. He says, write a list of appreciation and praise, of gratefulness, of things you're grateful for. So that if you're getting stressed out, you're able to offer it to the Lord, like you said. Yeah. Offer it to God. And if you end up not being able to go to sleep after 30 minutes, Dr. Caroline Leaf, from Who Switched Off My Brain, says to just get up and work. Get some work done, but plan that the following day you're going to take a nap or you're going to go to bed earlier.
I think what happens sometimes as couples is if we haven't spent time together really communicating and talking about things and then go to bed late, and I know I will be the one to start a conversation about things that happen.
A heavy one.
Yeah, like things that are on my mind. And he's like, I'm going to sleep right now. And I'm like, no, we got to talk about this. But create that habit of talking earlier and going to bed earlier so that you have time to talk. And, we were talking about how we've created a habit of praying together at night. And really the things that if you have kids, that's what's heavy on your heart a lot of times, things going on. And so just take time every evening to pray together and lift that up, give those burdens to the Lord and pray over your children. And it's really going to help you rest and know that you can trust God. Remind yourself of what his word says and that he is working.
Yo, did you know that before Thomas Edison invented the light bulb in 1879, Americans slept an average of 10 hours a night? Did you know that?
Wow, no. But I'm thinking how God is the only one that doesn't sleep. You know, the Bible says that he doesn't sleep or slumber. And I think it's because he's the only one that can handle everything for 24 hours. You know, we need a break.
A couple of quick tips then. Make sure that your bedroom looks like a place of rest, not an office, not a storage unit. He says the ladies like to have projects all over their like beds with stacks of magazines, sewing supplies, half-finished blankets, books, and family photos in laundry. While men like to have, looks like a home office, sometimes a bedroom or a video game room.
Say that word, bedroom.
Bedroom. What do I say?
Bedroom.
Say it. Bad teacher. Bad teacher. Bedroom. What did I say? Bedroom?
Bedroom.
To where you bet? Bedroom.
Bed.
Bedroom.
Bedroom.
Blah. I feel like I'm choking.
Bed.
I've been saying bed wrong for 20 years.
Bedroom.
I can't say that word.
Head. Like head.
Head. Bed. Head. Bedroom. That's enough. We have to finish this. I'll practice. So no eating, no computers, no harsh clock lights, no televisions at night. Get a good bed. Get a good pillow. Yeah. It helps. We just finally got a really good bed last year.
Right. It's an investment.
Yeah. Make sure your room is as dark as possible and as quiet as possible. You have earplugs if you need to.
Just have everything perfect, right?
Cool temperature, comfortable temperature. Da-da-da-da-da. What else? We recommend we're going to talk about it on the next episode, but watch your diet and try to wean off on medication. We live in an medicated culture.
Medicated. Yeah.
One thing I do use is melatonin, which is natural. Sometimes when I take an overseas trip, it helps me sleep, but I try not to become dependent or anything. And take a nap. Figure out a time to take a nap, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Sleep Research Laboratory found that our bodies are designed for 2 sleeps a day. Sleeping at night and a quick nap. Winston Churchill, John F. Kennedy, Ronald Reagan, Napoleon, Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison took naps. And a NASA study on astronauts found that a 40-minute nap improved performance by 34%. Are you still laughing at me? And alertness by 100%. So napping is doing better than doing poor work. And we are out.
Okay.
Send us out, honey.
Okay. We are Cesar and Pam at cesarandpam.com.
Don't sell your soul, family, or health to grow your business or your career. See you at the next one. I'll practice my English.